Hey, so Ricardo, thank you so much for giving me 5 or 6 minutes to give my perspective of where we think that, our value is for the point of view for the whole PRM project. And what I thought I would do is go through a couple of minutes of the overall market, where we see Salesforce engage with you and some of the value. And then if you agree on some next steps, which I suggest, I think we'll be able to move forward. Sound good? So what I first want to do is really start thinking about, from your perspective, what are some of the external factors that are affecting you from an Intel perspective. So I'll touch upon a couple things of what's driving in your emerging markets and also what's driving the PRM. And then really I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about some of the business initiatives of why do something at the end of the day, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the business change that's supposed to happen within Intel to really enable that, from what your current state is to your future state. And then really talk about, at the end of the day, what does this mean to you from a financial perspective, okay? Well, what is this going to buy Intel organization, your organization? So a couple things that I think that are affecting your business. First of all, as you stated in your white paper, and also the business, the traditional business PC market is flattening out. And in fact, when you take a look at the revenue and what's in the consolidation of the marketplace, we see that revenue is flatlining to declining in that area. At the same time, within margin, because of computing power, we see the margin for Intel is starting to go down in this type of business. So while the unit volume is still stable, it's not growing at an exponential rate, and the margin is declining on that area. What we also know in the marketplace is the market has transformed itself. Obviously, in the mobile marketplace where Intel hasn't really captured, that's been a big change in the marketplace. But some of your competitors, like NVIDIA and Qualcomm and Broadcom, what we see, what their focus is and their initiatives is that they've been focusing on things, for example, on the GRPU marketplace. So that's been really driving NVIDIA for things like AI and autonomous driving. So a lot of their chips, high margin business. In Qualcomm, it's really been about mobile. Same thing with Broadcom. And so when Intel is looking at really the next generation of Intel, some of the emerging markets that you like to spin and focus on, it's kind of the Wild West, is around solutions within IoT, AI, things like digital cities, and then autonomous driving. So obviously the future cars of today and how to drive, there's a lot of chips that go involved with that, high margin business, as well as things within data centers. And the key is, how do we help enable Intel to go after these emerging markets, correct? So when you start looking at some of the business initiatives, what have been stated from your guys is that you're a $60 billion company, and you feel within these emerging markets that you can get into an $80 billion business and also reduce costs at the same time. Okay, so that's been the overall driver of these markets. What we're also noticing is that Intel is trying to transform itself from a market share perspective. Is currently right now 75% of the business is really coming from PC versus these emerging markets, and what you're trying to diversify your business is around focusing on changing your balance and having a higher percentage of your market share going to these. I'm still not limited on time, so I think I could probably continue to go. Is that all right?
Yeah. I can delay a meeting I have coming back here. So.
Awesome. So obviously by transforming this business, you'll be able. You have to change some things in the way you're doing from a company. And if you take a look at your current organization right now from a sales perspective, you have within your organization about 4,000 of your folks are really dedicated from a direct sales perspective that are mostly focused on your traditional business. You have 250,000 partners. Those partners are your largest sales force, and they're the drivers that are going to get you to emerging markets. So in order to be able to really get to these emerging markets, one of the initiatives that you're trying to do, obviously, to enable those people, those sellers, is around PRM. How do I engage a partner? How do I find a partner, onboard a partner, equip a partner to get into these emerging markets? So currently, right now, in your infrastructure, you have so many different systems, which is, making it difficult to find partner, communicate with partners, and also increasing a lot of costs. So you have solutions like CRM, the Salesforce, which is great. You also have things within our Service Cloud and things within communities. But you also have several other type of community applications like Lithium. You have different email and communication systems that are all over the place. And you have about 50 different siloed solutions that are communicating to all your partners. So it's pretty disconnected to that. And really the magic is, how do I find the right partner at the right time and get them engaged faster so they can get a design win at the end of the day? And what we're really proposing at the end of the day is to take, with Salesforce, the key applications that you currently own, which are CRM, service, and then communities, integrate areas that would help complement the whole PRM initiative. And that's really around the whole marketing cloud and how that's all integrated. And what we're also thinking in order to make this transition happen is this all has to tie together in a analytics and framework to be able to help make all the decisions on here. This at the end of the day would be more of an integrated platform holistically with your partners. So first of all, this system around having an integration with all these key components will first of all find the right partner, do the partner match, right? And then from there, we then focus on onboarding that partner, getting that partner engaged, and then providing them trailheads to get engaged with different Intel solutions. Having that partner also team up with Intel so that they're engaged with the right product, with the right solution, that you're collaborating that sale, which would ultimately get a design win, make a happy customer, and iterate that whole process and holistic platform. So by reducing all these different point solutions, what this will ever buy you is that just a 1% increase in design win will equal about $70 million in additional revenue. This initiative will help you get to that $80 billion in 3 years as you justify. What's also interesting is this will also reduce your operating expense by $30 million by sunsetting all these key systems in here. So what we like to do is have a workshop that we've been working on with your team and flush this out a little bit more on the requirements in your PRM in the next couple of weeks, which we're designing. So do I have your support to kind of get that aligned?
After seeing this presentation, absolutely.
All right, fantastic.
Next time wear a tie to the meeting, please.
Okay.